video. Here we go again. Alright, well at least I can skip some stuff now. Yeah, I'll do it. Right. First things first, let's go and deliver this letter to matey. Yeah, he's still there. Good, good, good. Veritas. Vatras.
Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Vatras, a servant of Adanos, the guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium. What can I do for you?
If he doesn't see that, I can't.
Here, I've got a letter for you.
For me?
You tell me.
Indeed. This is an important message you're bringing me. I wonder how you got hold of this letter.
I got it from Cavalorn, the hunter.
Cavalorn? Where is he?
He told me to tell you he couldn't make it and is headed for the meeting point. Whatever he meant by that.
I see that you have gained Cavalorn's trust. That speaks in your favor.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
I agree with you completely.
Cavalorn sent me to you.
And what did he tell you?
He said you're in dire need of more good people.
Aha.
That's no secret.
So, you want to join us, son?
He listened to the wrong people.
Hmm.
They just have to listen.
Not sure I'd do that.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Can't rely on that.
Let's get that decent armor first. I've already got it.
Show me your wares.
Hey, oh, damn it, wrong button.
Hey!
So I've already got that. Uh.
Ah, fresh face. You're not from Corinus, are you? This is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere, no work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire.
And what about locks?
Well...
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
So, you know a lot about locks.
What good is a fine chest without a fine lock? I make my own locks. That way, I can at least be sure I haven't built my chest that sturdy for nothing. A poorly made lock is easy to break, and there are plenty of thieves about in Corinus, especially lately.
Yeah, he won't teach me how to pick locks until I've become a citizen, I think.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, you might be one of those layabouts who only come to town to empty the chests of honest people. I'm not going to teach you anything before I'm convinced that you're an honest fellow.
Have you had an apprentice before?
Yes, and not too long ago.
And what happened?
His name is Elvrich. He's my nephew. I was quite pleased with him, actually, but one day he simply didn't show up for work.
Where is Elvrich now?
How would I know? He kept hanging around that filthy brothel by the harbor. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still warming the bed of some whore down there.
How long has it been since you saw him?
I guess it must be about 2 weeks.
Have you reported that to the militia?
Of course I have. They were supposed to catch him and see to it that the lazy bones does his work. But I already regret that. He can do whatever he wants. Sooner or later he'll realize he'll get nowhere in Corinus without a decent job.
Is that so?
I think he wants to spend his time hitting them sugar walls up there.
I've come about Gritta. My niece? What's your business with her? This isn't about money, is it?
She owes 100 gold pieces to the merchant Matteo.
Tell me this isn't true. Ever since that little piece of work moved in with me, I've had nothing but trouble. She's in debt with practically every single merchant in town. I had to borrow 200 gold pieces from Lamar, the moneylender, just to settle her debts. And now this. Go ahead, ask her. But I tell you this, she doesn't have a single gold piece.
We shall see.
What's the matter? What do you want, stranger? If you've come to beg, I must disappoint you. I am a poor widow.
Give me
My
none
name
of
is
that.
Gritta. Ever since my husband died, I have been running the household for my uncle Thorabin.
You've been running up debt, that's what you've been doing.
Matteo sent me. You still owe him some gold.
He wants his money? What for? The goods he delivered were flawed, bad fabric, and bad seams. And did you look at the colors? Those are not the colors I ordered. That's fraud, that is. Let me tell you, back when my husband was alive, he wouldn't have dared to do that. Oh, my poor husband.
Cut it out. Where's the gold?
But I don't have the gold. I'm only a poor widow.
Oh, loves me. Am I going to be a cuck? You
I'm
simp.
going to pay the sum for you.
You would do that for me? Oh, I
wanna
knew
stay on
you
the
weren't
good
a
side of
greedy
her uncle,
bastard like
so-
that Matteo.
Yeah, never mind.
Come back once you've taken care of that. I want to show you my gratitude.
Yeah, I want to expect to be in your... No, I'm not going to complete that sentence. Oh, where is that? There you go.
Here's your 100 gold pieces.
You want to pay for her? I'd have preferred it if you'd squeezed it out of her. Still, 100 gold pieces is 100 gold
Yeah,
pieces.
take it where you got it.
You've held up your part of the deal.
Help me sign on as an apprentice with one of the masters.
Don't worry. I'll keep my part of the bargain. The other masters will only hear the best about you from me.
Alright, let's see what she's going to give me for this. Better be worth my time. Money. See, I'm more happy getting the XP at the moment.
It was very noble of you to pay for me. I want to show you my gratitude. Here's a bottle of wine which my husband, may Innos rest his soul, brought back from the southern islands. Also, I'm going to spread the news around. At last there's somebody in town whose virtue...
Yeah, never mind.
What's this wine?
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
You have paid Gritta's debt with Mateo. You seem to be a decent fellow. I shall teach you what you want to know. However, I cannot do it for free. I still have a mountain of debts, and I need the money.
How much do you charge?
200 gold pieces.
Maybe later.
Right.
I couldn't get away with that.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
That's all just gossip.
Forever.
He simply
There's
talks
more,
too
believe
much.
me.
Can I get a drink here?
If you have gold, you can even eat here if you like.
Show me your wares.
I never knew that.
Ain't no good for man or beast, that ain't.
And how's business going?
Ah, don't remind me. Lord Andre is serving free beer at the Gallows Square. Hardly anybody comes here now, except for the rich people from the upper quarter.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, some of those swells could really get on your nerves. Take that Valentino, for instance. I can't stand the sight of him. But I can't pick my customers. I need every coin I can make. What little I had managed to save has been stolen, along with all my silver.
You've been robbed?
Yep, some time ago. It was still rather crowded that night, and I was doing the rounds serving beer. I wasn't gone long from behind the counter, but it was long enough for those bastards. I went to see the militia about it, but they couldn't find a thing, of course. Yeah. They prefer to get plastered on free beer.
Show me your wares.
I don't believe that.
Tell me about the missing townspeople.
I heard that a lot of them went missing down by the harbor. Small wonder with all that's going on down there. Even Thorben, the carpenter in the lower part of town, has lost his apprentice. Hakon, one of the merchants in the marketplace, had an especially strange tale to tell. He said that there was this feller that he used to bump into every day, and then suddenly he vanished off the face of the earth. He even went to see the militia about it. Townspeople all pretty much panicked after that. I don't know what to make of it. I think it's all nonsense. Corinthus is a rough city, and many dangers lurk outside her gates. Those who don't stay within the city walls will be attacked by bandits, or eaten by wild animals. Yeah, it's that simple.
What is it with this Valentino?
He's filthy rich and has no need to work. And he brags about it to everybody, whether you want to hear it or not. He drinks a lot and always stays until the end, and then early in the morning he totters back to the upper quarter. It's the same every day.
Let's jump him.
What do I have to do to get into the upper quarter?
Well, you need to be a citizen of the town. Go find some work. Preferably with a craftsman in the lower part of town. That'd make you a citizen. Well, and if that's still not enough, go talk to Lord Andre at the barracks. Maybe he'll let you join the city guard.
Oh,
They
where's
can
she
go
going?
into the upper quarter, too.
These are bad times.
Hey, you!
Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here. I'm almost out of gold, so all I can do now is join the militia, I guess. But I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's behalf.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Has anything exciting happened?
You could say that. They robbed Bosper the bowmaker. What a brazen thing to do, I tell you. The fellow just ambled into the shop in broad daylight and grabbed himself a bow. And Bosper right after him, hollering, "Stop right there, you rogue!" But the thief was too fast.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Now, where was it? Bosper's bow hit. I think it's
And he works all day too.
What do you want here? Go! What do you want here? Go!
It's not open for business.
Smart kid.
That's what I've always said.
But no, he insisted.
Ah, customer, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for a room.
Ah, you're in the right place then.
One of the paladins told me that I could spend the night here for free.
Yes, yes. Just go up the stairs. We still have 1 or 2 beds free.
Why do the paladins pay for everything?
I don't know what that's all about either. For one thing, I think, and for now, besides, Lord,
I've got to add all this on there.
Who's staying here at the moment?
The last
almost all of
episode.
them. Don't even.
Who's staying?
Don't.
Let's get some kip. All right. Whoop. How much coinage have I got? I can sell some stuff.
And he works all day too. Who says things like that? He had better shut up. That's an open secret. I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Welcome, stranger.
Go away, don't
My
tell me
name
that.
is Baltram. Have you come to stock up on food? I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. I don't have much in stock right now, but I'll be getting a new delivery soon.
Like that.
Show me your wares.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
That's not what my husband thinks.
And it's going to get even.
Have you got a job for me?
No, I already have an errand boy. Try the other merchants.
Everybody knows by now.
Hey, you!
I'm Zurus, master of potions. Do you need an essence of healing or a magic elixir? Then you've come to the right place.
Do you brew your own potions?
No, I either get them from the monastery or I buy them from Constantino, the alchemist. If you're interested in brewing potions, then talk to him. He needs an assistant, but he's too pig-headed to hire someone himself. He's just as stubborn as a mule. He always passes me when he goes out on the east gate to collect plants for his potions.
I can't take care of everything for everyone.
Where exactly does Constantino gather his herbs?
He always goes through the eastern city gate here and then disappears into the wilderness to the left. He once told me that just about everything grows there, except for King Sorrel.
That's what I've always said.
Show me your wares.
Someone's got to do the work.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Who says things like that?
Oh, I'd like that.
These are bad
1300
times.
though.
Someone's got to do the work.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
That's an open secret.
He'd better shut up.
I am Hackett,
Honestly, I witnessed
the
it
weapons
myself.
dealer. Every man should carry a weapon these days,
Everybody
especially when venturing outside of the city walls.
Go away. Don't tell me that.
Tell me more about the area around the city.
It's gotten too dangerous out there. Because of the bandits, for one thing. And also on account of wild beasts. Even the animals don't seem to get enough to eat in these crappy times. They're venturing closer to the city all the time.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Do you know anything about the Paladins?
Yes. Those guys are ruining my business. All you can buy in this entire town is a short sword at most. They've helped themselves to anything that's longer than 1.5 feet. In return, I now get to live in the hotel free of charge.
Everybody knows by now.
What do you know about the disappearances of the citizens of Corinus?
I have seen many pass through the eastern city gate. Some of those who came I had never seen before in my life. And many of those who went out never came back. But what happened the other day was really quite strange. There was this fellow who came here. I think his name is Joe. He bragged that he would soon come into some serious money. He claimed that he knew how to get into one of the city towers, where the militia keep their arms. I haven't seen him since, even though I used to bump into him around the same time every day. I reported this to the militia. I thought that maybe he had been caught and thrown into the dungeon, but Lord Andre had no idea what I was talking about. He didn't even know the fella.
Everybody knows by now.
Where do you get your weapons from?
Harad the smith has been my supplier up to now. Now all he does is make stuff for the Paladins. He works for those guys day and night like a madman, without pay. He thinks it's his duty. All I can offer you now is my remaining stock.
What do you know about the bandits?
What do I know about them? They robbed me on my way to the city, and I'm not the only one. They've been up to their tricks for quite a while. The militia tried to track them down, but without any success.
Go away, don't tell me.
Do you know who in the militia took part in the search?
The fellow's name is Pablo. He and a few others went looking for the bandits, but they didn't find them.
Do you know where I can find Pablo?
He patrols around the city. You'll find him either at the Temple Square or in the lower part of town.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Where did they hold you up?
Near Akil's farm. Just go out of the city gate from here.
That's not what my
Follow the road to the right. After a while, you'll get to a few steps.
Typical, isn't it?
Really?
The bastards came from there.
If I hadn't seen
I bet they have their hideout back there in the woods.
Everybody knows by now.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
I'll deal with it.
What? You want to take on the bandits? By yourself? You're quite a good fighter, huh?
How much is the matter worth to you?
That's a dangerous business. Well, it's all right with me. I'll pay you 100 gold pieces if you defeat the bandits.
Show me your wares.
Everybody knows by now. And he works all day, too.
Someone's got to do the work. I don't believe that.
You don't say. Someone's got to do the work.
Now that's typical, isn't it? And he works all day, too.
He simply talks too much. Really? How interesting.
I won't tell her a thing from now on. I can't take care of everything for everybody.
That's typical, isn't it? That's what I've always said.
But that's terrible. That's not what I heard.
That's not what my husband thinks. These are bad times.
These are bad times. That's not what I heard.
I don't believe that. That's not what my husband thinks.
I don't believe that. I won't tell her a thing from now on.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. That's what I've always said.
My husband thinks. Really, how interesting.
Now that's typical, isn't it? That's an open secret.
That's what I've always said.
He had better shut up. And it's gonna get even worse.
Don't tell this to anyone. I don't believe that.
And he works all day, too.
I'm gonna
These are
get some
bad
stuff.
times.
That's what I've always said. That's not what I heard.
And it's gonna get even worse. Everybody knows by now.
Innos be with you, stranger. If you're looking for a good selection for the traveler, then you're in the right place. But I'm warning you, if you're planning on helping yourself without paying, I'll call the city guard.
Just a moment. Do I look like a thief?
Bah!
Don't tell this to anyone.
You won't be the first one to make off with my things today.
says things like that?
Somebody stole from you.
How interesting.
I can't prove it. The fellow was damn clever. Introduced himself as Ringaroo, if that really is his right name. He's been hanging around the marketplace the last few days. And every evening he gets plastered at the beer stand down the street. I bet the bastard is drinking my money. I only looked away for a moment, and my purse was gone.
And he works all day, too.
I could get your gold back for you.
Oh, and why would you do that?
Really, how interesting.
Well, that depends. Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
You've got the wrong man. I'm from out of town like most of the merchants in the marketplace. If you want to get into the upper quarter, go talk to the resident merchants in the lower part of town.
Go away, don't tell me that.
I want part of the gold as a reward.
First, see if you can get my purse back. Then, we'll talk about your reward.
Really? How interesting.
Why didn't you call the city guard?
The guards only respond if a thief is caught in the act. And when I noticed my purse was missing, the bastard was already gone.
He'd better shut up.
How much gold was in that purse?
50 gold pieces. That's quite a lot in these crappy times.
That's an open secret.
I'll see what I can do.
Be careful. If you just knock the bastard down, the city guard will get involved. Lately, things have been getting really tough here. Since the paladins came to town, the guards have been cracking down on brawlers. So think of something.
I shall.
I witnessed it myself.
Show me your wares.
Oh, that's the one I used. That was my go-to weapon.
Don't
That
tell me
was.
that.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
That's what I've always said.
How many arrows have I
Can't
got?
take care of everything for everybody.
28.
Go
Could do with
away,
some more of
don't
them.
tell me that.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
He can't keep anything to himself.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual
It's gonna
comfort?
get even worse.
Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos? Or donate some gold for his church?
These are bad times.
Man, he sounds like one of them deep south preachers, you know, them rattlesnake wrangling dudes.
Go away.
I need to talk to the paladins. Can you help me get to them?
Someone's gotta do the work.
You need access to the upper end of town. However, this is allowed only to citizens and the city guard. And of course, to us, magicians of fire.
How can I become a fire magician?
You must join our order as a novice. When you have served for a time, perhaps you will be accepted into the ranks of the magicians.
I won't tell her a thing
However,
from now on.
the path to acceptance is long
what
and
I've
full
always
of work and study.
But that's terrible.
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
These are bad times.
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to
he
give,
works all day,
son.
too.
Let me see how much you brought.
Someone's gotta do the work.
You have more than 100 gold pieces. The Lord says give if you have.
bad times.
The church accepts your generous donation. I bless you in the name of Enos, for he is light and righteousness.
These are bad times.
Where do you come from?
I come from the monastery of the magicians, which lies in the mountains. We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Enos.
He simply talks too much.
Tell me more about the monastery.
We instruct our students in all forms of magic. But the arts of the magicians of fire consist of more than these alone. We are also well versed in the art of alchemy and in the creation of powerful runes. We also make excellent wine.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
What are you doing in town?
I have discussions with
How
the
interesting.
paladins and support the citizens with my advice and with helpful words. Particularly in these difficult times, it is our duty to be there for the people and to help the poor.
That's what I've always said.
I'm not getting any more gold.
That's not what I heard.
How's business?
When the Paladins came, I first thought that it was a good business opportunity, but they let Herod make their weapons, and neither Hakon nor I make even 1 gold piece off them. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's only a small consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
Who says things like that?
What's the problem with the farmers?
They refuse to deliver their goods. Now that the ships no longer come in, an owner, the mercenaries, they come as far. I saw them as.
I won't tell her a thing from now.
Where will I find out?
If you go out of it leads up to. But I wouldn't go there now.
Show me your wares.
Who says things like that?
That's what I've always said.
Don't tell this to anyone.
Man, I need the money. I need to get some gold going.
That's an open secret.
Now this.
Everybody knows by now.
Last time I played this.
Don't tell this to anyone.
If you don't take his offer, he talks to. He spreads some
I won't
rumours
tell her
about
a
you,
thing from
and
now
none of these traders deal with you.
If I hadn't seen it with my
You have to
own
pay him a
eyes.
bribe. Even if you don't
Take care of
actually
everything for
speak to him, he still does it. So,
That's what I've always said.
yeah.
Really? How interesting.
Someone's got to do the
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous. Where do you come from?
From the city.
Well. Then what are you doing wandering around out here, so far from the protective walls of the city?
That's an open secret.
What's so dangerous out here?
Many things. I bet you'll be yelling for my help after the next bend in the road.
Yeah, 'cause I want you to kill them blood flies for me.
Just assuming I would fall back on your help. How much would that cost me?
I am merely a humble servant of the king, and would not enjoy fleecing a helpless little citizen of the realm. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to a little financial backing to promote our future business relationship. 10 gold coins should do for starters. What do you think?
I'll think about it.
Suit yourself. Have a nice death.
Everybody knows by now.
You don't say.
But that's terrible.
Who says things like that?
Oh. Right.
He had better shut up.
I need some better weapons and stuff before I go down there.
And it's gonna get even worse.
I don't believe it.
Really? How interesting. Who says things like that?
Someone's got to do the work.
Before I forget.
That's not what my husband thinks.
He can't keep anything to himself.
Don't think I've got that sort of range, have I?
And it's going to get even worse.
That's not what I heard.
Well, that's typical, isn't it?
I don't believe that.
That's not what my husband thinks.
Really? I thought I knew how to skin them. Sable went crazy like.
Things like that.
That's what I've always said.
Someone's got to do the work.
Hopefully it will still be there when I get back.
I can't take care of everything for everybody.
That's not what I heard.
That's not what I hadn't seen it.
And Enos, in his wisdom, did so.
I'd have gone about it differently.
I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take...
I want to... What do you want me... Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, you take a bring...
What if I...
Aye, but no matter what.
I've heard that...
Oh, I bet when I...
Show me your wares.
Get me some of them.
Don't tell me you didn't know.
That'll do. Right, let's hope that wolf's still there.
I agree with you completely.
I'm not touching that.
He never would have thought of that himself.
And Adanos was pleased with what had arisen. He delighted in all the...
I don't believe that.
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard.
And it's going to get even worse. Who says things like that?
I can't take care of everything for everybody. Who says things like that?
I love that side jump.
That's too much. That's what I've always said. Everybody knows by now.
Damn it, it's gone. That one ain't, no. Right. Oh, no. Up. No. Here we go. No. One of them's got a hit. There we go. Oh, look at that bound. No. Oops. My archery isn't good enough. Check. King's 3 will usually find. There we go. Dragon root. Oh, no. need something with range. No, but wait. I need to... Am I going to mess with that wolf? Swamp weed. I need some better weapons first.
Go away, don't tell me that.
Let's get over to the mercenaries camp.
That's not what I heard.
You don't say.
That's not what my husband...
Need to buy a map as well first. Should we see if we can get that Elrond back before? Might be a good idea.
What are you doing here?
I'm building a ship because I want to get out of here as fast as I can. But the way it looks right now, this ship will never be finished.
Why are you in such a hurry?
Soon the orcs will come and burn down the city.
What makes you think that?
Boy, have you noticed the paladins running around everywhere? Why do you think they're here? I tell you, they're here because the orcs will attack soon, and that won't be pretty.
Can I help you somehow?
Yes, you can. Find out what the paladins are planning. I want to know why they're here. And I have to know if the orcs will attack and how far from the city they are. One of the bastards was even seen outside the city. Just bring me all the information you can get. I need to know how much time I have left to finish the boat.
Why can't you finish your ship?
Oh, we have thousands of problems. The hull still isn't stable, and it's still missing a lot of boards. But I have hardly any gold left to buy new material with, and the last delivery had bugs in it. My boys don't work productively. One wants a fast ship above all else, the other one is worried about the figurehead. As if we didn't have more important things to do. Also, one of my people is simply not showing up for work anymore. I'm beginning to fear that this will delay the construction even more.
You're one worker short?
Yes. His name is Monty. He's vanished into thin air. That lazy pig is probably living the high life on a farm somewhere. I should never have paid him in advance.
When was the last time you saw Monty?
He hasn't bothered to show up for work for at least 2 days.
I've heard that other people have gone missing too.
Just what I'm saying. That's where the evil starts. Farum, the fisherman, told me something similar. His buddy William is no longer around. I bet that the orcs are behind all this.
What do you think they're sneaking in and taking the odd person in there?
Where can I find this Farim?
He's a fisherman. I think that his hut is near the provision store of the Paladins, but I don't know for sure.
Hey, you!
Ahoy, you landlubber. Looks like you're stranded here. You look a bit pale around the gills. Never mind, my lad. All you need is a good stiff sea breeze.
What are you doing here?
Back when I was a young man, I went to sea and rode through many a big storm.
Oh, I lost the audio.
No big deal, not at all. But that old tower came closest to what I call a home. I haven't been up there in ages.
Why not?
Ever since these scallywags took over my lighthouse, I haven't dared get closer to it than 20 feet. Really bad rabble, that. They're criminals from the Valley of Mind, you know. There was this big bang on the other side of the mountains, and they swarmed all over the land like flies. Now they're hiding out everywhere, even in my lighthouse. I think they're on the lookout for any ship they can raid. Ah, let them. Then at least they'd be out of my tower.
Do you come to town often?
I always say a town is only as good as its harbor. A harbor is the gate to the world. That's where everyone meets and where everything starts. Once the harbor goes to the dogs, the rest of the city will follow soon.
Tell me about the harbor.
The harbor of Corinthus isn't what it used to be. There's nothing but riffraff hanging about. The ships don't come anymore, and trade is dead. This harbor's about to go under.
So why don't you leave?
Nobody would take an old sea dog like me on his ship these days. Most people think that old Jack's got the gout in his rotten old bones.
And? Are they right?
Balderdash. Once I've got those planks beneath me feet again, I'll feel like a young whippersnapper.
What do you mean by riffraff?
Look at them, the lazy rabble. Most of them don't even know what work is. All they do is drink all day and spend their last pay at the brothel. I tell you, stay away from them.
Why are the ships no longer coming?
They all say that once the war is over, everything will be like it used to be. That's a load of bilge water. I tell you, a sailor can see when a town's going downhill. A sailor feels that in his blood. And I can tell you, forget about this harbor. Its heyday's over.
It's all just gossip. Nothing's ever gonna change that.
Do you really?
I must be crazy.
That'll only cause more trouble.
You bet.
Might have gone about it differently.
I must talk to the paladins by any means.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet, the Eye of Inna.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people.
That's totally.
Tell me what.
How do I find...
It's quite... I can take...
You have to feel sorry for the poor boy.
Why aren't you with...
But I am. You could...
do about it.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger and more dexterous if you want.
Do you really think?
Teach me something.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Nobody ever asks me.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I could have told you that before.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
What are you doing here?
My name is Brahim. I draw maps and sell them. Since you're new here, maybe you could use a map of the city? It's quite affordable and very useful until you know your way around.
I'd have gone about it. That's been known a long time.
Do I really want a map?
Let's wait and see what
Is it true that some townspeople have simply vanished?
So I've heard, but I'm not sure whether it's really true. Just look around you. Does this rat hole look like the place where you want to spend your golden years?
Nothing you can do about it.
Small wonder that people are getting themselves out of here.
Show me your maps.
Do you really believe that?
These are bad times.
Anything's possible.
You listen to the wrong people. Nothing surprises me anymore.
Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
I'm not telling you anything. He never would have thought of that himself.
You already know what I think.
It's a bad business.
Hey, you! Where you go? Your sale and co.
It's really not my problem.
You don't say.
You don't have to tell me that.
Are you the one who runs this place?
I am Bromo, this is my house, and these are my girls. I like my girls.
That's no secret.
And if you like my girls too, then you'll pay for it, 50 gold pieces. And don't get the idea of making trouble here.
I used to say that myself.
And he works all day.
Are all your girls accounted for?
Of course they are. Or do you think I want to go to jail over something like that?
I wasn't asking about your payroll. I mean, are they all present? Or have any gone missing?
Oh yeah. Actually, one of my girls has up and left. Her name's Lucia. I reported it to the militia too, but they claim they haven't found a trace of her yet.
Nobody wants to know.
How long has Lucia been missing?
Several days. I don't know exactly how long. I assume she ran off with one of her suitors, eh? That bitch made off with part of my savings, a really valuable golden dish, eh? If I get hold of her, I'll give her what for. So how is that any business of yours, huh? Do you want to have fun or not?
That's what I've always said.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
I won't tell her a thing from now on.
And that's the truth.
Don't tell this to anyone. Tell this to him.
It had to happen sooner or
It's
later.
gonna get even worse.
He'd better shut up.
It had to happen sooner or later.
That's not what my
Wait,
husband
wait.
I couldn't get away with that.
Don't tell this to anyone.
That's not what I heard.
He had better shut up.
No idea. You tell me.
Someone's got to do the work.
Hey, do you need fish? Get your fish here, fresh from the depths of the sea.
That's been known a long time.
Show me your fish. Can you tell me something about those missing people?
Missing people? This is a harbor, pal. Things like that are bound to happen. The sea is treacherous and bound to claim a life now and then. Captains of large vessels will always sign on new sailors in a large seaport such as Corinus to complete their cruise. And if they don't find any volunteers, some people may get dragged off against their will, and then they're gone.
That's an open secret.
Are you missing someone?
Me? No.
I'm staying out of it.
Do you know of anyone who's gone missing?
No idea. Ask the shipbuilders.
That was no big deal.
What ship would that have been?
Good question. Not many ships have come into Corinus lately. That is true.
And it's going to get even worse.
Do you really believe that?
Honestly, I wouldn't.
I'm going to call that quits for now.
He thinks
Cheers
it's
for
as easy
watching.
as
Catch you later.
If I hadn't seen it with my